Hold on. Those items on top are, or the 504 is the face value scope. They should be on top of that as well.
No, that's 511 includes those specific. Oh, yeah, you're right.
No,
It should be on top.
You're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right. Okay. My
It's justifying
side is
it, I
on.
can't
Ask me to
say.
draw a picture. I can draw a picture.
Oh,
I can't do simple math.
96.
Right, yeah, you're right.
Like I said, it took me an hour to justify why I came, but
So what are we saying back to the top three then? You guys wanting to accept them or keep them as pending?
Well, I think we have to keep everything as pending because that whole that whole package is gonna be up for discussion, right? If we accept this later, then we have to look at, are they gonna give us that same credit? Because it's a different contractor that provided those numbers, right?
the contractor who we would, if we say that we're going to defer awarding it, the contractor who becomes the low contractor is
Is the one that
one
gave us
who
the.
gave
Oh, it's the one that gave us these numbers. Okay, gotcha. So we should defer it and then work with them and then make a determination whether or not we actually want to pursue all of them.
Mhm.
correct.
And then we'll gain.
But you don't want me to take the credit of that 100,000 up there now. You want me to leave it as pending.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, the worst case would cost us, it's gonna cost us the 6,000.
Yeah.
Offset. That's
Okay. So then the next one is number 13. It says change color PVC jacket to white PVC jacket. And
absolutely.
change attic insulation from board
Yeah.
to 3-inch duct wrap.
Yeah, that's a leftover in spec. That didn't belong there. That's like a pharmaceutical spec. So we would be good with the white PVC and the wrap, if that's standard.
So that's fine. What I want to just clarify, because the language that they provided, is a little misleading because we're talking about two different
Okay.
kind of things lumped into the one value. So I think our comment to this is that the PVC jacketing color is really just in the mechanical and boiler room. To that point, to differentiate the two systems, I 100% agree. We can probably get away with just labeling that.
Yeah.
But the fact that they've lumped that value into a change of the attic ductwork that we're running through from true exterior grade duct wrap, at that point, just to the insulation board as they're kind of describing. I think we
Yeah.
find it beneficial to see what the value is between the two, because right now.
Yeah, I don't think they're saying
Yeah, I
attic
think- yeah.
insulation.
Yeah, I-
They're saying the duct wrap that's on the ductwork in the attic,
Mhm.
not the attic insulation. That's an.
No, no,
individual-
But I think to Carson's point is, I think with some of these things, we're looking at these for the most part in concept. We're not
Correct.
agreeing to
Right.
the absolute
Yeah.
value because we still have to vet them to make sure that it's
correct.
it's fair and
That-
equitable.
that'll
If it's not much of a credit, then we're gonna say, no, then do
Correct.
what would be the greater scope work because we don't think the value is there, right? Is what you were.
Correct, yeah. So in concept, we're not opposed to the value being presented, but I think we need to do our due diligence just as a team to make sure that that value is
Make their.
accurately flushed out, so you
Correct.
guys are
Yeah,
getting a fair value.
Yeah, this is hot off the press, like, it's not even 24 hours old.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so I'm gonna move that one to accept it, because it sounds like that's a good deal. All right, next. Provide basis of design train on air handling units, DOAS units, fan coil units, reheat coils, chiller, splits, and VAVs, revised competitive based on open competition. So it's keeping the systems that are specified right now.
So, yeah, the way we view.
Well, hold on a minute.
No,
What he's gonna say, you gotta mix a different stuff here. The train you want all the main equipment trains. V&D boxes themselves aren't necessarily trained.
Ours are here though.
Yeah, but it doesn't have.
No, it doesn't.
You know what I mean? Like, so I think you need to clarify that a little bit.
Splits too.
Yeah, the splits too. You're not getting those, right? VAVs, splits, those are generic typically.
Well, that's an open competition, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the air handlers, the chiller, those are all reheat coils are made by everybody, doesn't matter. So I think you need to,
even fan coils.
yeah, fan coils aren't either. So you need to massage this a little better
No,
because
for-
it's too generic.
For sure, and I think that's a fair assessment for us, kind of reviewing what's there. You'll see kind of on the next page when we get to it, they did propose some other combinations that have maybe potential credit values that we have more concerns about. So really, we viewed this one at a bare minimum was Ferguson went back to train and said, what can you do to sharpen up your number? Otherwise, we don't have a project. And this is kind of like their best and final to try to give some semblance of.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that, but I think we really want to end up with the standard that you have in it already.
Yeah, but you should take the credit then.
Yeah.
If that's what that is.
That, I mean, that's the baseline, but if we take that credit, are we committing to train for all that stuff and there's no more BD options?
Well, you-
Well, you have to clarify it again, an air handling unit is gonna be trained.
Yeah,
Right.
that makes
But
sense. but like you
Others,
said-
these other components that they're mentioning in here, you gotta read through it. I don't know where they're,
Well, they don't provide much more than just this. This is all like in high level.
best and final.
Everything.
That's the way we're kind of reading between
Doing all
all
this equipment,
Right.
that's their reduced number, so that's.
So those-
Still the basic design
Yes.
spec.
Yes, so they'll still be required to meet the
Right.
requirements of our specification. We wouldn't accept anything less than that. This is, in our opinion, is more of a best and final from Train.
that's fine. If it's a best and final, make it, the only,
Yeah.
then I would just have maybe Eric and you have an MEP guy,
We're there.
Yeah.
Chris.
Chris Soiler, Chris.
have Eric and Chris just sweat through it one more time before you make a
Yeah.
final commitment.
Well, and I also think too that I think Ferguson is also gonna try to keep an eye on the apple.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we would
Yeah.
appreciate that, certainly. That's awesome.
All right, next item is number, so I put that into the accepted.
Yeah.
Item 15, eliminate windows on access doors on all AHU.
Yeah, again, that's a leftover spec from, you don't have those on.
Yeah, we're good with that.
We don't need them.
Reduce cost of temperature controls. This is the same idea. Number 16 is the same idea. It's 14, just really sitting down, getting a room with everybody and just kind of say, hey, how can you help out the district? So that seems like it's a palatable idea.
I think so. Again, we'd have Rob there, Eric.
All right, well, that's good. So those are items that I just pushed over to accept it. Now it does have the 504, but we're at 871.
Right.
All right, and then just to blush through the next items, these have not been fully vetted. There's still more work to be done, but these are just things for consideration. So if it's anything that anybody's opposed to, we can take it off of consideration. 17 is to provide what's called Pro EQ 20 gauge. These are metal studs in lieu of 33 mil studs. It's all about thicknesses and strength. And they said all 8-inch and 10-inch studs will stay as specified at 33 mil. So there's a credit there of $31,000, which I just gave Carson the information.
All right.
Like 2 hours ago or whatever.
So in concept, we don't really have too much of an issue. We want to know more specifically location by location, which we'll vet out during the shop drawing phase, but this is very common practice and
Yeah.
in general, we'd
okay
be
with
open
it
to
As
it.
long as you're okay with it from a structural standpoint.
Yep.
And then you would, so this on its face value seems it's acceptable, but you're gonna need to review it during shop drawings, is that?
Well, I need to do, well, they did send an entire kind of package of information that our team and our structural team is gonna be reviewing.
Okay, so we'll review, provide
so-
information.
Yeah, let the,
Yep.
let the structural guide. Bless it.
So
And
maybe,
that would be the same with the next two, because I'm fine with those, but again, your structural guide is the.
Correct, yeah, we have some preliminary input. I think there's a little bit more hesitation with the two just because of the existing conditions that we're dealing with. That the existing metal decking in a lot of the existing schools is pretty thin. So pull tests and kind of some of these applications may not really end up being the appropriate method. So I think that's something we'd want to just make sure Ferguson was aware of before they offer up a credit without knowing all the
Yeah.
existing conditions first. So we'll still continue to leave it open. But
pending still.
Yeah,
All right, the next item, so I don't know if anybody needs an explanation of,
yeah, this,
these are kind
again,
of
this is,
technical.
this, the ISO sprint, this is a leftover spec. This is definitely, again, a higher level. We don't typically use these in schools. We don't.
Got acoustical problem, that's all.
Yeah, so if I can weigh in just in regards to the ISO curbs, a lot of times these requests come from our acoustician that we have in order to meet the Connecticut High Performance Building Standards.
These are on the roof though. These are not in the mezzanine. That's true if it was on a mezzanine. This is on the roof.
It's not so much the ambient noise, it's vibration transmitting down through the roof deck structure, which is evaluated. I've put it as a charge in order to put it in our acquisitions hand to entertain kind of what that reduction would be. A lot of times though, when we start diving into these potential items, we find we need to supplement with built-in infrastructure, whether it's additional ceiling material, something else internal to the building to kind of mitigate some of that noise transmission. That's just what we've dealt with on other school projects when we start entertaining some of these items. So we need a little bit more time to vet that one in particular, but we'll keep it on the table and we can report back to.
More importantly, it would be really what type of belt you're using on the units. You don't want to use cog belt, for example, and Train doesn't anyway, so I think you'll find that it's a non-issue here, but let your guy do it and make a recommendation.
So I did a subtotal of what's considered still out there, kind of still pending, just so you have a total there of 167. And then 21 and 22 are different scenarios. So this is in lieu of, so number 21 says provide basis of design train, air handling units, DOAS with I guess they're changing the chiller now, with multi-stack chiller. And this value of the 313,000 is in lieu of what we said before, the
242,
yeah, in
Correct.
lieu of the 242, so it's not like this and
so it's
something else.
70,000 more than that.
Right, so it's a one more cost savings,
Yeah.
level, if you will.
Okay, so the difference here is the chiller type. It's going with the multi-stack or a Quadratech. I would rather stay with the Train chiller. That's the that's the other one.
Yeah,
Item
it's
14.
14.
Yeah.
14 is the train chiller. Keeping basic design, everything.
Eric, where you did,
Keep it in.
yeah,
So I'm gonna take this 313 and I'm gonna reject it. And then the next item is number 22, it says provide basis of design train air handling units with a different manufacturer of chiller.
Yeah, if that's the same thing, that you're gonna reject that one too, right?
yeah.
And that was it. I mean, there's nothing else on the list that.
That's a big number though.
But there's a reason why
What-
it's big.
Yeah, no, listen, I know, I get it.
I don't know if you said smaller equipment. See what the relation factor would be.
Yeah, you could go back to 14 and still. It could be just that they're describing it that way. But again, I would just have Eric and Chris just
Mhm.
take a peek at that one more time with
Mhm.
Ferguson, just to review 14.
Do we have options outside of this though, as we said, even if we stick with the chiller? I mean, I think we're open to the coils, the
That's what I'm
VAs,
saying.
right, so we
Yeah,
have
that's
those options.
There may not be any money in there. You know what I mean? It may not matter.
I think.
My thing is just ask.
Yeah, last. I think the 243 is a package train. But we can have.
All right, so I have 6 and 7 is, it looks like it's accepted if we can get, the concept is accepted, just need the values. And for right now, I'm holding that 504 as if we weren't gonna award it yet. And so with that, we're at 871 and we needed $1,054,000, so. Sure. We're very close, just with these items.
So we really need the roofing number next.
Yes, and I will, anytime I come here, I will give you an update of this, but it's not gonna matter till we actually do the GMP. When we're ready to do this, that's when this all has to be accounted for. That's what we're gonna do.
We're gonna have to make tougher decisions at GMP
Right.
time when we get all the numbers in.
That's it.
And Carson, you and Rusty are gonna send us a couple visuals on the canopy.
Yeah, we'll work on getting that created so you guys can have a reference just of what the front entrance looks like.
And for context on the canopy, if there may be a bigger value than the credit of 199. Because if you look at the bid results, the one that I highlighted for the Mason, when they quoted on the bid form the dollar. They didn't mark it as a credit. And it really is a credit from the Mason.
Yes.
So it's, what the heck was the Masons, what was our second bidder? The second bidder gave us a credit of $48,000. So that's another $100,000 increase that this alternate may go up. So probably kind of good to keep it pending for now because it may become bigger.
Did you review AMI?
No, they're next on my list.
Interesting.
They're also a little bit on the two Norwich schools that we bid all the thing.
Yeah, I've done a few projects with them.
You have with AMI,
Yeah,
Boston,
well,
No.
it's still Akron.
okay.
Yeah, it's still, it's Akron. now. They're just operating.
Yeah,
out
I wouldn't keep talking about it.
Okay.
Yeah, let's move on for now.
Yeah, no, I have not vetted them yet.
Anything else on the cost, scope work, anything else that we need to be aware of or?
No, just that the fact that I included the second lows, so who knows if something happens and they are acceptable, the number may come down a little bit. But we won't know this for another several weeks.
And I think the other thing, just to remind everyone, is that as we go through the rest of the scope reviews as well,
Mhm.
we're still in the mode of where are some potential cost savings. So everything that we're kind of developing here, we're gonna ask those questions as we work through the rest of the trade package as well. So there may be other opportunities there that we can bring to the committee here to kind of make further decisions on as well.
Great. Awesome. Any other questions for anybody?
Not on this, but I wanted to bring up, are we still scheduled for kind of starting on May 19th? Is that still
We
the
will
date?
be, yes,
We
this
will
week. We're gonna send limited notice proceeds out to all these guys tomorrow.
Okay.
As they go.
Would be on or about 19th.
Okay, well, one of the things that I want to do is I really do want to invite our reps in who did a lot for the building project and getting some legislation passed and have like a ceremony. That this is getting going and, and I think we need to thank them and have some really a great celebration of the start.
The actual groundbreaking
I was gonna say
ceremony.
groundbreaking ceremony.
As you mull through, yeah, just let us know. We generally help facilitate those, so.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and we can just set a date, make sure that we get invites out. I don't know if you usually schedule a rain date.
It'll stop the construction. It makes it easier to dig.
The groundbreaking is gonna have people one way or another, just whether or not people are there.
But we would like to have people there. We're also doing a walkthrough as a leadership team, just to let you know, we're gonna do a walkthrough with Cohen. And then, we're also having our high schoolers, put a banner up about, the new school and getting excited about being there.
And then Cindy, do you know, do we need to do a follow-up meeting about the education stuff?
Yes, we did, yeah. So we started a Google Doc that people have put a lot of ideas in.
Yeah, I
and
can't
then-
access it for some reason. It keeps asking me for like my personal Gmail. I don't know, I can't get it, but
Okay.
anyways, well, let us know if you think you're at a point where we want to regroup and
Yeah.
talk about the next steps.
Thank you.
Hey, motion to,
Motion to adjourn.
all in favor?
Aye.
Adjourn.
Good job, Laurel.
We'll take it from here.
Done with this yet?
Back to work, Laurel. Are we on? Get those contracts out.
I know.
Get them signed by Friday.
No, this